folks, and welcome back to the channel. So we've been covering XRP Ripple a little bit here and there, just sort of dipping our toe in it, and we've been waiting here as a community to see what I've been speaking about more or less start to play out in different areas, different sectors, different systems, different businesses, retail getting re-involved with XRP. The potential of this cryptocurrency is actually, I would say, it's a lot bigger than any other cryptocurrency, and I'm going to explain why. BTC's value is based around the ability to mine it and it being profitable. Once the last BTC coins have been profitably mined, there's no reason for people to mine. It puts into question this whole sort of, is BTC really going to have a face value once that system becomes redundant? Looking at Ripple for what it is, the XRP system, the whole thing, it just simply replaces something that is already in place, already well fitted to the system that is utilized amongst itself. The Swift system is so ancient that the people at Ripple, the reason why that court case was so heavy is just because of the potential of this coin. Now, like I was saying, we've been waiting for these businesses to figure out how best they are going to utilize this. And something I've noticed in this this partnership with, a lot of people are saying it's with Amazon, but it's with Amazon Web Services, which is way better than simply just getting a collaboration going with Amazon. You're talking big business here. Amazon Web Services are like a cloud system. We'll be getting onto this. In fact, they're one of the best cloud systems that are readily available for up and coming companies looking for cheap alternatives. So something to note out on this RippleNet members list is the banks. Now, these banks are some of the biggest banks out there in some of the top countries that are dipping their toes into crypto, and one that stands out to me each and every time is Japan. The reason why Japan stands out to me is because they're getting all of the licensing and everything done correctly to open the doors to crypto in a very safe manner. When this happens, it's just going to blow the doors wide open. As for Ripple, Ripple's now in a position where, like I've been saying, all of these different companies, all of these different businesses are now figuring out how they can best utilize this. And you're talking, here in the UK, you have what's called the FPS system. Ripple could just simply completely replace all of the FPS systems, all of the Swift systems, everything. The whole financial sector would be rebuilt around Ripple. And I think that is what's going to happen, because the Swift system is so expensive to use, to run, to do anything with, because it's such an ancient form of technology. Now, people are having their palms greased, and when people are having their palms greased and then all of a sudden those palms aren't being greased no more, the money's not coming in, that's a big risk to them. You're removing paychecks from one place and you're putting them in another, so you're always going to be fighting against people, thus the long court case. Now, seeing this partnership actually out there, actually official, is insane. And if you look at the XRP price chart, currently it's been coming down, and this is what we call more or less like a recuperation phase, a consolidation phase. I like it when things start to tighten up. As we can see here, things starting to tighten up a lot more. I think this news is slowly going to drip out there. I think it's slowly going to be fed. I think the biggest issue right now is they've gone through such a long period of time of so many different influencers, so many different content creators, people on Twitter saying it's going to go to the moon soon. Once the court case is over, it's going to shoot up, just on the basis that the court case was finished, the T's were crossed, the I's were dotted, so on and so forth. And I think a lot of people are just weary as to what is going on. And, you know, it's all down to how it's all going to be utilized, and seeing that it's going to be, I can't even begin to fathom how this is all going to pan out, but it can only be positive. There's no other cryptocurrency that has really found a real everyday use case to replace. And I think that is the goal with crypto, is to, utilize cryptocurrency or NFTs in a manner where you can replace everyday systems. The amount of paper that is wasted, for example, just on train tickets alone in the United Kingdom could simply be solved with an NFT wristband. It's not complicated to have that all built into a wristband and it all do that. But, the paper companies won't be making as much, and the people who put the ink in the machines and the people who build the machines for the tickets, they're going to be losing out. And it's the more you automate things, the less jobs there are readily available for people. So I think this is always going to be the issue. Whereas XRP just simply doesn't have that as an issue. The financial sector is well in place. It's well set in stone, and just taking Swift, getting rid of it, and over time seeing this transition over to XRP, it's going to be insane. So let's talk about Xcurrent. Let's go through it and let's try just get what they've got down out there for people. So Ripple's current software, which is Xcurrent, enables banks to differentiate between themselves by offering new cross-border payment services while lowering their total cost of settlement. The solution is specifically designed to meet the needs of banks by fitting within their existing risk, compliance, and the information security frameworks. Ripple software is installed within the bank's infrastructure and is built to interface with the bank's systems using the API interface and through a translation layer that can consume traditional payment message formats to compress the integration timeframe into weeks. This is insane. The reason why all of this it's just insane is because to think something up like this, to go for something so big in life like this, it's insane that someone birthed this idea somewhere on a piece of paper, wherever. It's absolutely insane. Each one of these different use cases are what sets this coin aside, and it puts it in places where, hey, this can replace this, and hey, it can replace that, and oh, we can actually utilize XRP over this. And I think the use cases are going to keep coming up. People are going to find new ways to use these different modules. So let's move on to XRapid. XRapid lets payment providers and other financial institutions minimize liquidity costs while improving their customer experience. Because payments into emerging markets often require pre-funded local currency accounts around the world, liquidity costs are high, like I was saying. XRapid helps to lower the capital requirements for liquidity. XRapid uniquely uses a digital asset XRP to offer on-demand liquidity, which lowers the costs whilst enabling real-time payments in emerging markets. Built for the enterprise use, XRP offers banks and payment providers an efficient, scalable, reliable liquidity option to service cross-border payments. Now, for someone who's involved in DeFi, IBCs are more or less cross-border payments. What DK built originally was like a version of XRP, but utilized in DeFi. It's very interesting to see where people get inspiration from, and I think a lot of inspiration for Luna and the way LUNC works actually is birthed from XRP. So XVIA, I think XVIA is one of the most important parts of their system, and this is the whole global payments thing as you're reading as well. But this is really what sets everything aside. So XVIA is for corporations, payment providers, and banks that want to send payments across various networks using a standard interface. That standard interface makes it easy for you to have someone who doesn't need high levels of blockchain training. They don't need all these different, it's very simple, and it's all about simplifying the process for whoever's going to be utilizing your technology. So its simple API requires no software installation and enables users to send payments globally with transparency into the payment status and with rich information like invoices attached, which is even better. Less paper, right? The whole world should be at a point now where, unless you realistically need it in paper, avoid paper. It is one of the worst things that we do as a species. So I'm going to leave a link to this. I'm also going to leave a link to what AWS is if you want to go in, if you want to learn about cloud functionality, what it does, what it's all about, and how this is more or less leading the change in mainstream retail. With them getting this kind of partnership, it goes to show, right? You're going to see more and more companies probably over the next weeks, months, years, find ways to best utilize XRP's system, the way it's designed, and integrate it into better serve how their systems work. And I think by the time it does whatever it's going to do, it's quite possible XRP could be what springs the bull run. There's a lot of people speaking about the bull runs always happened mathematically around the same time, the BTC halving and things like that. But there's people who are saying different stuff now and thinking different things and thinking, hey, it might not happen again like that. When people expect something to happen, they know it's going to happen. It can alter the course of that actually happening. Now, with all of these different banks, there are so many more. You can click this list to see which ones have joined the Ripple net. And it's so important to actually understand how big this is. Now, none of this on this channel is ever financial advice, but I tell you something. I'm so happy to be sitting on, it's 20% of my bag. The rest of it's in LUNC and USTC. But I've got 20% and I'm really happy with that 20% because if Japan are opening the doors to crypto like they keep saying, and they're doing all this planning, we've seen all this documentation, Japan alone is going to bring billions upon billions upon billions of inflow into the overall market cap of crypto. That is exactly what we need. If we take that, we look at all of these other banks that are on here. Being able to utilize XRP in all of these different countries, the reason why it's so good for crypto is this gives people a way to not have to have certain cryptos to do stuff. It's like a middleman that you never knew you needed, but it's going to be insane. Sorry for tapping the mic there. I think this is all good. I'm going to leave links to everything in the description. If anything else important transpires, if there's anything else like this with XRP, I'm definitely going to be doing another video. I'll get it up. I'll get it covered because honestly, this is one of the most profound cryptos, I believe, in the whole, I would say, of crypto, the financial sector, stocks and everything like that. I would think to myself right now, this has high potential just because of what it's gone through, what it's suffered, and what it's had to do to be where it is today. They fought the good fight. They took the high road. They did everything properly, and now they are going to prosper. So I think that tightening up on the chart is something to pay attention to. Hopefully we see an absolute insane run by 100 million bazillion %, and we can all celebrate on a beach at some point in the future. But folks, stay safe. Remember, none of this is ever financial advice, and I will catch you in the next one.